Hello friends, welcome to MSP Studio. This video is for recently graduated architecture students, interns and people who are looking forward to build their own houses. In this video, you will get to know how G+1 Vastu compliant house is built. Now, when the client comes to you to build any structure, first and foremost thing what you need to do is to take the requirements. Yes, you need to take the requirements. These are generally the client specific requirement. Okay. Here, what we need to know or ask is the client's profession. This allows to understand his taste and for you to plan few elements that are as per his profession. The second thing again is the client's wife's profession. Now here, whether she is housewife or working, similarly this helps us adding few elements in the planning. The third is very important, dear friends, parents, their age. Now age factor is really important, so we need to plan parents activities, parents related rooms as per their age factor, because they really find it difficult to climb stairs, so need to consider this as well. Then comes children that makes the house complete. Now how many children? You need to know that before planning. Their age range. Now the age group factor is really important to design. In planning, you need to consider this factor as well, because it's really important. While interiors, we can place it accordingly. The color, the bed, it would be a princess bed. It would be princess bed or a car bed. Simple. Then now this is all about the requirement of the client. Now here we head towards again to the requirements of the building, so-called building or the structure. Okay. Now here the very first requirement you need to know from the client is the approximate area. Approximate area he has thought of building his house. This helps in cross-checking the requirement that he had given. Also, it helps in weighing both the elements or aspects like the requirement and the built-up area, and this is what to give the priority. This is where to give the priority for the built-up or the requirement, because ultimately everyone knows that the cost factor depends ultimately on the built-up area. Secondly, what they have imagined about their dream house, the look of the house, whether they are looking forward for a modern concept, with an open kitchen, big windows, or a traditional concept. And now comes the actual requirement. Now, what really comes under actual requirement is specifically very first one is the living area. Many of the clients do specify like what size by what they want the living, so kindly note about that. Second is kitchen plus dining. Now here comes the twist, whether they are really looking forward for the kitchen plus dining or kitchen separate or dining separate, because in Indian kitchens the noise is really hazy, and the the smell of the mirchi masala do spread all over the house. So many of them prefer a closed kitchen and a closed dining close to living area. And many of them, where the kitchen area use is really less, they are open to the open concept, like the kitchen and the dining is quietly close and attached, and also attached to the living. So we need to take this requirement very clearly. The third thing is whether they are looking for 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms. How many bedrooms? How many? And attached toilet for the bedrooms, how many? Because generally if it is a combination of 2 bedroom, hall, kitchen, dining and toilets, so in this concept we have one common toilet and one attached toilet, since it's 2 bedroom. If it is a concept of 3 bedroom, then we have one common toilet and 2 attached toilet. Or either way, to reduce down the cost, the area, we can also plan it as 1 attached and 1 common. So 2 bedroom serves to the 1 common area, toilet, and 1 bedroom attached to 1 attached toilet. Fourth one is the puja room. Here we need to know really whether the client is atheist or no, because maybe he would not like to have those vibes if we plan a puja area in that, or depending upon the religion, we need to place the puja or the pray area. You can say if the client is Muslim, the location is differently placed. So all this is the basic requirement you need to know before starting the plan. Now let's begin with the plan. Here we have a 9-meter wide road. North is indicated downwards. So as per the direction, this is north, east, west and south. So as per the bylaws, it changes from place to place, city to city. So what is applicable to your plot area should be implemented. Here, as a plot area, the marginal setbacks were 2.25. So if I draw a dotted line, that indicates a 2.25 marginal setback from each side. Now since we derived the width, length will be derived as per the requirements how we are going to fit in. So as we have derived the directions as well, north, east, south, west. As per Vastu, if we divide the plot, one second, let me take a different pen. So as per Vastu, if we divide the plot, equally with respect to the length and width of the plot, same will be applicable for the structure area as well. So what really can take place in the northeast area is main entry of the house. Okay. Secondly, we can have a puja area. Thirdly, we can have a void space, like nothing is built in this corner, this way. As per the southwest direction, we can have kitchen out here. But if at all the plot doesn't permit to have a kitchen in a southeast direction, we can have it in the diagonally opposite direction. Kitchen. So if at all kitchen comes on this side, the area over here will ultimately be replaced here. I'll show you later. The southwest side we can have master bed, and in the northwest side we can have the living. So if my kitchen comes here, my living will go here. This direction, and this will come here. About the staircase can happen from south to north, this range. Toilet can happen south west. Okay. Now what we are going to do, how are we going to derive the plan? So basically we have got the width of the structure and we have bedrooms or master bedroom on this direction. So any given space shall have minimum usable space, like the bedrooms, the dining areas should have a minimum space of 3 meters, that is 10 feet. So if we mark a line of 10 feet, it comes somewhere here. We are giving a space to bedroom. Okay. Then here comes the kitchen area. So again we are saying we got the 10 feet one side of the kitchen. Now again we can mark 10 feet this side. So here we have the kitchen area. Let us say our area comes here. Then we have in between space for either we can provide a toilet or store. Okay. Just next to kitchen, we are supposed, as per the functionality, supposed to have the dining area. So as we mark it as again 10 feet, it comes somewhere here. Fine. Now again, as per the functionality, since this becomes the area close to this part of the structure and whatever we are going to have over here, so let's plan for a staircase out here. Okay, then comes we can extend this line as well. Then comes the main entry, puja area. Now since the puja area and the main entry doesn't require a 10 feet long dimension, here we can have minimum 1.8 to 2. So I'm marking 1.8 to 2. This becomes my puja. This becomes my main entry, lobby. Okay, so whatever distance I'm getting here, just extend this line out here, and here I'm okay with the living space. Now living is extending towards a sit out area, say a minimum of 5 feet. Then same thing, I'm extending out here, placing a veranda out here. So a space that is left out, I can have my parking space here. So one more thing, now since the toilet and store area is too large, let's divide it. But if we divide, the space becomes too less. So what I'm doing, I'm shifting the toilet below the stairs. So what generally happens, my steps extend here. So say my step starts from here, then I'm going to utilize this as 1.2 meters. So whatever is remaining, I'm going to place the steps here. So these steps I can extend it more by just pulling this down. But let me see how many steps I fit in. Okay, so at the max I reach out here. Here I plan a common toilet. I hope it's getting clear to you all. So if my steps are reaching out here, obviously my bedroom door is after this. So my bedroom starts from here. So whatever is left out now is store. This is my bedroom. This is my kitchen. So in kitchen, what generally happens, if we give a central space opening, we can provide otas along the two sides. But since store I have placed, I'll cut down my ota here and I place the door out here. So, and since kitchen is placed just close to the corner, so whatever area is remaining, I am extending out to the wash area. So here becomes my dry area, wet area. Now here comes the part of taking the requirement. As we have taken the requirement and we have been knowing from the requirement that the wife, like the client's wife, is more into stitching thing. She runs the classes or she stitches the outfits for others. So whatever space I'm getting out here is allocated to service, say her service area. But the main structure is what I'm showing out you in black bold line. Okay, and these are the marginal areas where we are not really supposed to build anything, but a temporary thing can be accommodated. So all this to this is a temporary thing. Okay, now I'll show you the plan. Here it is. I hope everyone would have gone through the planning properly, and now the final output is in front of them. So my entries here, I have a veranda out here, lobby which leads to the living leads to the sit out area, and that further to a garden area, a peaceful garden area. Isn't it, friend? Why wouldn't have no one liked a living extending to the sit out and sit out extending to the garden? Doesn't it create a very good looking space, a warm feeling space? And now the living extends furthermore to the staircase that goes up, dining area which again have access to the puja, as well as its proximity towards the kitchen. So a lady, whoever wants to do a puja, or say a elderly lady who is occupying this bedroom, is accessible to the puja area very much. So here comes the kitchen, a store and a bedroom, and then this kitchen is extended to the dry area, wash area, and her stitching service area. So now similarly as we have derived the ground floor plan, now it becomes really easy for us to derive the first floor plan. Now since this is an RCC structure, we can plan in between areas, a small room in between the two columns. If we plan a room above the room, then we can cut off almost 15% of the RCC cost. So let me share you the upper floor plan. Now what is really happening as we are climbing up here, we come to the first floor. Here we have a bedroom with attached toilet, and since the client wanted to look his house huge, luxurious, we have made living room as double height, and also it becomes easy for a verbal and a visual communication. And here we have another bedroom with attached toilet, and the space that was below having puja and lobby is now converted into a terrace, and this is the carport area. If I place the plan, first floor plan, exactly aligning with the ground floor, here you will get to know how my bedrooms are occupying space exactly above the ground floor bedroom. So this becomes easy for the RCC designer to design, and as well as we cut down the cost. Now let me show you the 3D view that we had made of this bungalow. I hope it is clear. Yes, this is the entry, this is a car porch, and this is the sit out area extended to the garden. This is the double height living. This is terrace and a dining with a courtyard closed off from the street side. So few arrangements were made while doing the 3D view. So like, I'll just explain to you. The Actually, initially we had closed down the bedroom entry out here, since legally we are not allowed to have the steps here. So we have made change in the heights so that this area is just one step down. So this is the view that was in between the design process. Later on, a door has been added and a balcony has been added out here. So let me show you the actual structure view. I hope you are getting the view. Now it's stable. So this is the entry gate, main entry gate. We climb here. We have the lobby area. Behind we have the puja area, and here this side it's a living extended to this veranda, the sit out area, to the garden area. This is the bedroom above, which is having a terrace, and this is the living height, that is double. So these elements were added since the woman of the house was a designer, so we thought let's add some design aspect. And these actually are the ferrocement slab. So it's really difficult to get these long slabs in regular slab, so we made that as a ferrocement slab. So as far as the areas are concerned, the plot area is 264 square meter, that is round about 2842 square feet, and the ground floor is around 1065 square feet, first floor 820 square feet, so that total ups to 1885 square feet, and the cost of this bungalow was about 32 lakhs. So my dear friends, I hope you have liked the video and our work as well. To get the further notifications of our new upcoming project, do subscribe, like and share the video. Thank you. Ta-da!